All right, and in this video, we're going to be exploring now the other ribbons as we discussed in the previous class, right? So we covered home ribbon. Now let's just quickly explore what functionalities are available in all the other ribbons. Okay, so I'm going to keep it very short and crisp because uh, in any case you would be exploring all of these ribbons in the entire program. So I'm just going to give you a brief. Okay, so in the insert ribbon, you've got tables, various kinds of tables that you can make, and you can see out here pivot table, which we're going to be exploring. There's a proper section in which we will know how to create a pivot table. Then you've got various shapes, icons, images. If you would like to enter in your financial model, you can use the illustration section. You've got the same smart art functionality which is available on the Microsoft PowerPoint. Then you've got various add-ins. I have personally never used any add-ins, so I'm not really much sure about how to use this functionality. But yes, if you talk about functionality based add-ins, then yes, we will be exploring direct add-ins which help us in doing calculations, right? Then you've got the chart section. You've got recommended chart section, different kinds of charts directly available if you want to access it, right? Then you've got maps. Then you've got pivot chart. Again, this is uh, one of the functions that we're going to be exploring. Then you've got various kinds of uh, charts. Again, you can call it as a chart in one way. Then you've got additional functionality which you can use with pivot table is like something called a slicer, which again we're going to be doing in our program. Then links, inserting any kinds of hyperlinks, comment, and text box, and these are some things which are readily available in your right click, right? If you see, the new comment is directly available in your right click functionality, right? So this is something which is not much out here in the right hand side, after filters, of course, right? Then you've got the draw, in case you have a pen tablet which is attached to your Excel or your system. You can also use your pen tablet to directly scribble out in your Excel. Then you've got your page layout, majorly used for printing, right? If you want to print your Excel, then this part can be explored, right? Especially the page setup part, wherein you would like to set the orientation, whether it's landscape or whether it is portrait, right? You can also set the print area, right? You'll have to select cells where you want to print and select the print area, right? So if you see out here directly, this line has come, so it will show me till where my data will be actually available in my print, right? So that whenever you're making that Excel, you keep that in mind, right? Then you've got various scaling options. We won't be exploring much out here, right? So let's jump now to formulas, right? Again, people who are not aware what functions, who are not aware what function they want to use, can come to this, library of formulas where it's segregated for you so that it's much more easy to access, right? So lookup, reference, date and time, etc. But mostly in financial modeling, we know what functions to use, so there won't come a time when we'll actually coming to this section out here, right? Uh, Defined names are not much of use for us, but trace precedence and dependence is something that we're going to be exploring, especially when we model and we want to know how this calculation is actually flown across sheets. We can use these two functionalities for that, right? uh, let's come to the data ribbon. This is again an interesting area which we frequently use, specifically the sort and filter area, the data tools, and the forecast. Right, outline and analysis, to a lot of extent, to segregate and to give a certain aesthetic to your model. We will be using the group ungroup function. Data analysis, again, these are add-ins which simplify things when we are dealing with specifically statistics. So we'll be using this data analysis tool pack. uh, if you don't have this, you could go to files, click on options, and go to the add-in section, and you'll see analysis tool pack, and you press go, and once this is selected, press OK, right? So you will start getting the data analysis tool pack out here. There are other add-ins also available which we do not really use it much. For example, there is a solver add-in, there is a analysis tool pack, VBA, right? Which you can again enable for your, but only enable ones which you actually need. Otherwise, the Excel will become very heavy, especially if you have a weak system. It might give you a challenge. Then the review section is more of checking your spellings, right? Accessibility, right? Uh, Comment again, it's a repeat. It was already there in your insert, but again it's repeated out in your review section. Now this is where, again, if you see, product sheet has again repeated itself. It was there in the home ribbon as well as it's there in the review section. So there is a chance that one functionality might repeat itself in multiple ribbons. Okay, that's okay. Product workbook is something very nice. If you want your Excel, your entire Excel to be protected, right? You want a password to be put in, then you can use the protect workbook functionality. You can just put in your password. You will have to put it twice, just like we did the last time, right? And next time when you open this Excel, it will ask you for the same password. Then you've got the view ribbon. Again, it's just how you want to view the model. uh, Not much of use out here, but we tend to use more towards the window, specifically the freeze pane section, which I will be showing you how to use these two while creating a template for financial analysis. And finally, the help ribbon, which I don't think so you would be needing much, because that is why you enroll for this course, right? So that's a short video on ribbons, other ribbons. I've just given you an out, just at a very macro level. I've discussed various kinds of ribbons, and I'll see you in the next class. Bye bye.